Cuphead was a game published in 2017 after a long 7-year production. And it got bundled in with this crap.
Oh my god, he's naked!
During 2017, there were a ton of indie games releasing every month, and in return, YouTubers would hop onto the newest one, effectively killing the last. And most of the other games played around from this time are just actual garbage too. Cuphead's turning 9 this year, so I figured I'd finally play and beat it. I also wanted to check out everything new that's come out since then. So here's my review of Cuphead 9 years late. You signed a contract! Cuphead the game is mainly known for how challenging it is and its retro art style. I initially never beat it, but the game's story is simple. Cuphead and Mugman are over their head at the Devil's Casino and bet their souls. After they lose, the devil gives them a second chance by giving them the task of collecting the souls of everyone who owes him in Inkwell Isles. So Cuphead and Mugman go to Elder Kettle for advice. He gives the two boys a magical potion that allows them to shoot bullets from their fingers. And now... Why did I say bullets? Like, I need more bullets. I need more bullets. And now they're ready to go collect those contracts.
A great slam and then some.
The first aisle is so
easy.
All the bosses are
easy.
And when I play Fortnite
with
Koreans,
I find it especially I don't know, easy. Easy.
If you can't tell, I think aisle 1 is baby shit. I could probably beat all of aisle 1 in like 5 minutes with my eyes closed. Cuphead was originally known for its difficulty, and looking back at some of these streamers, they fucking suck. How do you die 80 times on Goopy Legrand? Probably the worst Cuphead player has to be the one game reviewer. I think it was IGN. Just look at his gameplay on the tutorial. How are you this bad, bro? Like actually, how? You're a game reviewer. I should probably talk about the game, though. If you're watching this and you haven't played Cuphead, 1, go play it. 2, go to the shop, get the smoke dash before you do anything else. I don't think I could play Cuphead without the smoke dash for even a second. The bosses are, as I mentioned, easy. My favorite boss here has to be Goopy Legrand. He's probably my favorite boss in the whole game because he looks like fucking guava juice. The only one I had trouble with, I died to it once, was Hildeberg. I completely forgot the airplane levels existed, and I thought you were allowed to use the bombs at the start of the game. But no, you're not. Aisle 1 is really easy, and it serves as a tutorial for the rest of the game's mechanics. It's still fun, but I'm just like too good at this game to bother with the aisle. I like aisle 1, but the real good stuff's in aisle 2.
A great slam and then some.
I hate Baroness von Bonbon. Not her whole fight, but she throws random enemies at you. 4 of them are okay, but there's this little fucking muffin man.
I hate this fucking guy. This little fucking guy.
He just jumps randomly, does splash damage, and he's just so fucking annoying. I temporarily gave up on the fight and beat Beppy and Jimmy with ease. Then I was hit with this beautiful tidbit of knowledge. My son used the charge shot. It's really good. This shit is amazing, man. It might be as good as the smoke dash. The first attempt I did with the charge, I immediately fucking won. I love the charge shot and I use it for the rest of the fucking game. The other bosses on aisle 2 are pretty dang good. I like Beppy, Jimmy, Hemi Hemcock, Grim Matchstick. The first 3 bosses actually fit the theme of the aisle, which is just circus. Except for the plane fights, they've got their own things going on. Aisle 2 is definitely a step up from the first, with the bosses actually posing as challenges. That'd be easier to take out.
I tried crouching, but I was a second too late.
I also refuse to talk about the running guns. I fucking hate those. And that's kind of it for aisle 2. It's fun, it's challenging, and I think it's pretty good. I wish the rest of the game was like this medium amount of difficulty, especially with the shit that's about to happen on aisle 3.
A great slam and then some.
Aisle 3 offers the most challenging aisle yet, and is also home to the boss that kept me from beating the game for years. Rumor Honey Bottoms. There isn't really a clear theme with this area. It's kind of just whatever nonsense they think of. You fight a pirate, then you immediately go to a Broadway performance. But the bosses here are pretty hard. If it took like 8 tries to beat someone like Jimmy the Great, then it took at least 80 for Phantom Express. Which, by the way, Phantom Express on controller is some of the worst shit imaginable. Because you have to parry the cart and the obstacles, but you have to jump to parry on controller. So you just hit the bosses and take damage unless you hit it at just right angle, and it fucking sucks! As I mentioned, I never beat Cuphead because I found that Rumor Honey Bottoms was just too hard for 8-year-old me. And now, I'm ready to take this beyond. Nine years after the game's release, I finally beat Rumor Honey Bottoms. Then everything else is even worse. I like Isle 3 a lot, mainly because the bosses are fun. The bosses are all great fights and are actually challenging. I find it strange that the one character the fanbase actively sexualized was Cala Maria. Why the mermaid? Goopy LeGrand's right there. But no, that stuff was weird. The whole fan base was really. After you beat Phantom Express, you can go to the Devil's Casino, where you're challenged by King Dice.
Stuffing away. What does the cup have to say?
King Dice's fight is pretty creative, with you rolling a dice and whatever it lands on, you have to fight its respective boss. Then after you beat all the mini bosses, you get to fight the dice himself, whose one attack can be a little cool. But let's be real, you're just standing behind his hands so you can attack. Then after that, you meet with the devil, who gives you the choice to hand over the contracts and join his side. If you do join him, you skip the entire final fight and get the bad ending, which started a whole fan comic alternate universe, which is like fucking like an 8-hour playlist or some shit. But if you don't give him the contracts, you fight him. And it is so fucking hard. It probably isn't that bad. I'm just a stupid fucking chud. But it is so hard, bro. Yes! Yes, don't deal with the devil. That's another little metal bit better now. It's settled. Say goodbye to the devil. I'm on it, and that's it. Yes! 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 I'm so good at this game! Yes! Made him cry, and now it's settled. Say goodbye to that daredevil, and the story's not embellished. I'm a dish a bit disheveled, relishing the bellows from my fellow fiends of inkwell that I let go. Hip hip hurrah, echoes turn the page and say all's well that ends well.
A great slam and then some.
I love Cuphead. I've loved it since it came out, and I'm happy to have finally beat it all these years later. It's also like a genuinely good game. You can tell how much love and passion was put into it by the devs. There's so many little Easter eggs in every little nook and cranny of the game, and I love every part of it. The game's fanbase was gonna get its own segment, but 1, the video's too long. Last time I made a 40-minute video, flopped. 2, I can't put into words how good You Sign a Contract is. The Caleb Hiles version. But during 2017, a lot of people had viewed Cuphead as the game of the month. Something like Baldi's Basics was made in 2 weeks and was kind of just a joke. Cuphead has years of development put into it, and it's just genuinely an amazing game. And I genuinely believe that Cuphead is the best indie game. And don't say Undertale or Deltarune or Super Meat Boy or Hollow Knight or Silksong or Doki Doki Literature Club or Celeste or Fall Guys or Balatro or Hades or... You signed a contract! The Delicious Last Course was announced shortly after the game's release and was set to come out in 2019. Then 2020. Then 2021. And it finally released in 2022. When this released, I had practically lost interest in the Cuphead franchise, as during that time I was into Fortnite and nothing in particular really. But it's been out for nearly 4 years and I'm already revisiting Cuphead, so... The Delicious Last Course's story is about going to the 4th Isle of Cuphead, where Miss Chalice shows you that with the bite of a cookie, you and her can switch places in the astral plane, and she's now alive. We meet Chef Saltbaker, who's working on the magical tart to bring Chalice back to life permanently. We set out to get the 5 ingredients from all across the aisle. Something you notice right out the gate is that the DLC is much harder. Me and my friend tried to fight the bugs, but the final stage was just fucking terrible. I'll give it this. The first 2 stages are pretty creative, but this anteater took like 35 minutes to beat. After that, we found the giant. I don't want to say for each of them that, oh, they're just too hard, when if we're being honest, that was a huge selling point of the original game, but the giant was actually more on the easy side. I think it took us like 3 tries to beat it, but that's only because we were just like parrying each other back to life. The only real bad part was the first phase had these fuck-ass gnomes at the bottom. They're pretty annoying, but overall a pretty good fight. I would have assumed it was in the base game, but the next boss is the fucking wizard, isn't it? Fuck this guy, bro. We spent over 2 hours just trying to beat this guy, but his first phase had us considering quitting entirely. He just throws random bullshit at you for like a minute, and the little snow guys on the bottom make it even worse, because they limit your moving space when you need it the most. Also, there's actually multiple attacks happening at the same time. I hate this phase so much, bro. The second phase, he becomes a snowman, it's easy, and his final phase is also pretty fucking easy. But because his first phase sucks so much, by the time you're there, you have like 0 health, and you just die instantly. I hate this wizard so much, bro. I never want to see his face again. The next one's a dog military. The first 2 phases suck and are boring, but the third one flips the entire screen. It sucks. It took me a bunch of tries till I realized I could just physically turn my entire body to match that of the screen. I won my first try doing that. I'm being dead fucking serious. The cowgirl was fine. I didn't mind it too much. Her moves were a little basic, and it felt more like Hildeberg if she was an aisle 3 boss. She becomes the hot dog. That's a little funny. After you've collected all the ingredients, you meet back with Chef Saltbaker, but he's not at his bakery. I just got here. My goat he's washed. I like Chef Saltbaker, bro. If this fucker's evil, I'm gonna be pissed. We go to investigate when he reveals he's actually evil and wants the tar for himself, with the last ingredient needed being a person's soul, and he's kidnapped Chalice. And he's gonna kill us to get the last ingredients. Easy fight. You just equip something like the crack shot and focus on dodging. I cared more about the fact Saltbaker was evil than the actual fight itself. I like the concept of the attacks, but it's just kind of just jump up and down and avoid the fire in the middle. He's also just killing innocent foods, man. You wouldn't do that to the root pack, would you? You stop Saltbaker and he goes to jail. Then he gets community service, and then he's rehabilitated and reopens his bakery, and we're all friends again.
Hey, look out! We got a big handsome boy over here!
I liked the delicious last course. It was a fun playthrough, especially since it was all new to me. There's a bunch of new weapons you can use and a few King's challenges, but I just didn't really care for any of them. Hence why I still just used the charge and the crack shot for the entire DLC. There's a secret boss I haven't played yet. I'll give an on-screen review for it. But I did enjoy all the added bosses, and although I didn't use Chalice much, she was good on the plain levels. Extra heart. And the loss of the smoke dash was just too unbearable for me. I had a fun time though. I have a theory that it took so long to come out because it took like a year to make it and another 4 to playtest. But it's a pretty good DLC, 8 out of 10. Oh, I'm not ranking anything else. I didn't rank the main game. The main game's like a 10 out of 10 because I'm a fucking chud. You signed a contract. The Cuphead show is meant to be like a prequel or something. I don't know. It's kind of confirmed at the end of the series. The Cuphead show is the show about Cuphead, with him and Mugman getting into all these childish shenanigans. This show is very, very clearly meant for kids. And it's fine. They can't make it for the people who played the game when it came out, and it really wouldn't work. It would have to be like some ultra serious drama like Dexter, and I really couldn't see Cuphead doing this.
Feels good.
But I do appreciate what the Cuphead show did. It has Cuphead and Mugman living with Elder Kettle, getting up to all those classic cartoon tropes we all know and love. The show itself is animated surprisingly well, given it had a Netflix budget, and I found myself bursting out loud a ton at the show. The voice actors are amazing. They put a lot of passion into these roles, especially King Dice and the Devil. Every time King Dice is on screen, it's over for every other character. He doesn't say the line, but it's fine. Bars! But the show isn't all good. Those classic cartoon tropes we all know and love have become overplayed. In every season, everything that wasn't the first and last episodes were completely irrelevant to the entire story. Some episodes were just really boring. I hate Baby Bottle. It was such a bad episode. And when it came back in season 3, I got so pissed, I just stopped watching it for like 2 weeks. But the show also has the retro art style, when all they really do is change the color palette to be more yellow and put a film effect over it. The animation looks great, don't get me wrong, but they don't commit to actually doing the animation style.
Me and a friend got the idea of animating his characters Mickey Mouse and his girl Minnie Mouse, you know, doing the Dolly Bedroom Tango.
But they don't commit to actually doing the classic art style, with them again just keeping the color palettes. But there isn't much bad stuff about the show. Other than a few petty thoughts of mine, it's a pretty good show, all things said. If I watched this when I was a kid, I'd be going cuckoo. Overall, the show is like a 6.5 out of 10. Keep in mind, this is for a kid's show, so like a 10 out of 10 would be regular show or SpongeBob. But it's a pretty fun watch, and if you like Cuphead, which, if you're this far in the video, you seem to like it, I would totally check it out. You signed a contract. During the development, the developers faced a ton of hardship, especially financially. The creators Chad and Jared Moldenhauer had quit their jobs and mortgaged their homes to fund the game, and when the money would run low, they would consider giving up on the project entirely. The brothers had dreamt of making a game together since they were kids, and they were finally putting it into fruition. But because of the financial struggles and the burnout of the long development process, the brothers would have given up. But some Microsoft scouts heard of their game and gave them access to some of their dev kits and tools they otherwise couldn't have afforded. It gave the brothers even more motivation to keep going, and now we have Cuphead. The game, the show, and hopefully more to come, waiting on Cuphead too. As I've already said, Cuphead caught my eye when I was younger, and even today, I fondly remember all the fun things to come out from it. It's a really good game, and you should totally check it out. It only takes like 10 hours to beat unless you like really suck. Now thanks for watching, and hit that subscribe button for more comic videos. Unless this one flops, then I'll just stick to Incel, Dexter, and Kick-Ass videos. Subscribe! Please don't flop, please don't flop, please don't flop, please don't flop, please don't flop.